My name is Richard Kabuleta. I work with the Vegetable Oil Development Project, which is a project of the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries in Uganda. This project is supporting smallholder farmers to grow oil crops, specifically palm oil, oil palm, sunflower, soybean, groundnuts and sesame in 53 districts across Uganda. The partnership with the Global Land Tool Network started in 2012 when we got a visit by Professor Yap and Danilo Antonio from the GLTN while they were visiting Uganda to make an assessment on the slum dwellers projects that they were carrying out. We paid a visit to one of the project sites on Lake Victoria called Kalangala District, where the project has supported smallholder farmers to grow oil palm. A total of 4,700 hectares have now been grown by smallholders, and this is being supplied to a private sector partner of the project who is processing it into oil and various byproducts. GLTN and the project took interest in specifically the social tenure domain model because it was an opportunity for the project to document the socioeconomic characteristics but also tenure security situation of the smallholder farmers, which at the time was coming out as one of the key questions of sustainability. Kalangala was initially, it has always had low population, largely because of sese infestation which happened in the 1910s. The government at the time, the colonial government at the time, took the people who were living on the island off to take care of the sese infestation. But in the 1970s, the population had started coming up again. But most of the people who were coming on were largely attracted because it was an island district, so they were largely fisher folk, and then there were also a bit of forests that people were depending on for lumbering. In 1998, government made Kalangala a district, but one of the key questions was how sustainable will it be as a district? Oil palm was then introduced in this very rural area, and the entire value chain is taken care of by the Ministry of Agriculture project that I work for. In 2010, the farmers who had started planting in 2005 started harvesting their oil palm, and because of the harvest, as they were harvesting, the company was paying them straight onto their accounts, and that increased their incomes, and that increased the economic activities on the island, and that generally increased the land value. When the land value increased, we're looking at an increase of from about $30 an acre to about $1,000 an acre. As soon as the land value increased, the people who owned the land, who had title for the land, then started coming back to make claim on the land. They also evolved conflicts on the boundaries, and all sorts of tenure security questions started emerging. Farmers then started selling off their land and panicking because they felt they were going to lose their investment. When GLTN came in 2012, between 2012 and 2014, discussions were held between the ministry project and GLTN, and then we decided to carry out a participatory enumeration of the smallholder farmers in Kalangala. Although we have worked between then and now, about 4 years, for us to complete the enumeration of the smallholder farmers, one of the things we have learned is some of the simple tools, like a GPS machine, like a land information system, using open source software, can help a farmer first of all identify his boundary, demarcate it, know the actual size of land on which he's doing his agriculture investment, be able to engage labor with knowing the actual size, not be cheated by laborers, but also be able to project his income over the next many years. Oil palm is a 25-year crop, so if someone knows the exact size of the boundary and is able to project how much he's going to earn, it has given him a lot of security in terms of his economy. Now the key question then was, how has it helped us on land? As the people, as the owners, the rightful owners of the land come, the first question they would ask the farmers is, how much of my land are you using? How much are you earning from my land? What plans do you have for my land? Because the STDM was able to document this information but also issue farmers simple garden certificates, this has now facilitated the discussion between the farmers who did not have security on that land and the owners of the land who had title for the land. Some of the titles are as old as 80 years, some as old as 100 years, but now this has facilitated a discussion between the rightful title holders and the farmers that we are working with, and already we see a complete transformation from people who are feeling completely insecure to people who feel they are empowered to negotiate. Landlords have also been willing to get into negotiations. Some have accepted to sell off the area where the farmer has planted his oil palm crop. Others have decided to share crop. Others have decided to lease off the land. But even before we make the guidance certificate fit the legal requirements by the law in Uganda, we already see that there has been a transformation. We already see that landowners are happy and have appreciated it. And we even see financial institutions beginning to consider providing credit to the farmers. And this is a simple garden certificate. It just shows the picture of the farmer, it shows the land on which he's growing, when he planted, and the average harvest on which he's getting from the garden. So we are very happy with the partnership with GLTN. We're also happy that it has been participatory. We have used other tools like the continuum of land rights, and all those have together made it acceptable. It's actually reached a point where the farmers began to demand, how comes my garden hasn't been covered? Neighbors all come together. Whenever we're doing the enumeration, it's participatory. The farmer, but also the neighbors and the farmer leadership all take part to ensure that it's an accepted result and it is taken up by the farmers. And we're really happy as a ministry for the partnership with the Global Land Tool Network. Thank you. The greatest benefit has been sensitizing us about the tools that they have generated, specifically the social tenure domain model. We're now looking at the gender evaluation criteria, and these we did not know about. There have been some tools that have come up, but we haven't been able to understand how simple they are. GLTN has also offered us technical support, where periodically they send a technical support officer to come and be with us for a week or 2 weeks and build our capacity, both at the office in Kampala, but also where we're implementing in Kalangala. We have seen the people in Kalangala are now able to maintain their system, they're able to update their system, and we're really able to use it now not only for tenure security, as I've mentioned, but also for monitoring and evaluation. And for us, it's been a win-win, and GLTN has made it possible.